Good morning, it's Kurt Schuett coming to you from his boss's office, Mr. John Rossi, Department Chair, Leyden High School's District 212, Department Chair of English. As you can see, this is a pretty nice setup. I'm fairly certain that he probably does some gaming on this TV when no one else is around. I want to do some gaming on this TV. Might be a cool opportunity for some team building here at Leyden to use something like this. So anyhow, it is Wednesday morning. It's about almost 9:45. Yesterday we had the PARCC Exam and the ACT here at East Leyden and at West Leyden too. And I was the park proctor. Let me tell you that it was seamless. It was unbelievably easy this time. It was great the way that our Assistant Superintendent Mikkel Storsley set it up. We got to actually drive as facilitators and proctors from our own classrooms. And being one-to-one, it was a snap. So, last year we had to, do or complete the park test in common areas like the North Gym, the South Gym. So we had an abundance of students and questions and this and that. It was great this year. I had 20 kids in my room. My kids seemed like they really attacked the test. They took it seriously. Whether if you agree with the park test or not, I really respect the fact that Leyden kids did their best. So we'll see how it shakes out. In terms of PBL, where are we at? What are we doing? Today I am finalizing the PBL research share-out presentations. And once I finish through my day today, I will have live links uploaded on rockstarsecrackseminar.org. That way you can check those out. And I think the kids did a really, really nice job. I've been going through their data packets that they've recently turned in. They shared them digitally, and I also asked for a hard copy too. That way, in case if I am, in a situation where I have trouble accessing my Google Docs, I can look at it here. And it's kind of nice too sometimes just having a hard copy when kids come in and you want to, just say, hey, take a look at what this looks like on paper. So anyhow, kids turned in their final proposal forms. They also turned in their primary and secondary research. That was what we call deep levels of research. And then finally they had these thematic connections that they made through research that came back to kind of bridge the gap between the project and the literature that was covered. So, they're doing some really cool things. I love the fact that, number one, they have connected their project circa the time that the literature was unloaded to the modern contemporary period. In addition, I love the fact that they've also connected themes between the literature covered and applied them in a contemporary perspective, which you guys will be able to see in the final end projects. Everything has been approved. We're getting ready to unload an advertisement online at Leyden's website here at the high school for our April 13th exhibit. We have parents who have been invited via hard copy and also via email and word of mouth. So it should be really, really interesting to kind of see how all these things play out. So I'm very, very nervous, and I know the kids have a little nervous anxiety too, but they're also very excited about sharing what they've done. And like I said, to be honest, I'm sure that we're going to be able to walk through the gallery-style PBL exhibit and say, wow, that is an extraordinary project. Wow, that's a really good project. Wow, I think there's things on this project that the team probably would improve upon if given that opportunity. And in a reflection process, I think it'll be really interesting to see how those particular things happen to shake out too. So Other than that, we've had a lot of rain and we have some fluctuating temperatures here in Chicago. So that means girls softball, we've been inside quite a bit. But I've been proud of my kids that they've still been getting after it. And we're getting as much done as we can to prep for our season opener against Fenton High School at Fenton at Redmond Park next week on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, I will be at the site conference in Savannah, Georgia. I will be presenting the Rockstar Socratic seminar at that particular conference. Definitely intimidated a little bit because I haven't done this before in a venue this large. And I think I shared with you guys earlier, interesting side story. My high school AP German instructor, Dr. Denny, he was the assistant superintendent here at Lyon for many years, assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction, and he was one of the administrative team members who hired me as a teacher here 16 years ago. And so that was kind of ironic that it was my AP German teacher from Lyons Township High School, and then all of a sudden I get to see him at a teacher recruitment fair, and he's like, "Kurt, you're back in Chicago?" And I said, "Yes, I'm back from Missouri." He said, "Well, sit down," and then we talked, and then a week later I got an invite to come in and interview for an English spot. And then after he retired from the public school system here in Illinois, he got this great gig in National Louis, and he's definitely a heavy hitter at National Louis in terms of their education department now. He's going to be there, and he reached out. We were talking via LinkedIn, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to be at site, so I'm looking forward to seeing you there." So I don't know if that means that he's going to show up for my presentation or not, but even if he does, you know, that scares me more than even, you know, talking in front of hundreds of people. Just knowing that this guy who I really respect, who was a fantastic teacher in high school, he actually did a lot of project-based learning activities in high school back in the early 90s. I remember we did this one activity, and we got to we had to make prototypes and share them, and they had to be German-esque in nature. And so I decided to make a Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, a Black Forest cherry chocolate cake, and it was really cool because I had to implement a few scientific upgrades. I had to use some actual kitchen science to make this dish more contemporary than its original form. Thank goodness my Aunt Dorothy helped me out with that. But it was delicious nonetheless. But it was really cool because he did a lot of those interesting things in the classroom setting, and made class engaging and hands-on and a lot of fun. And this is back before we were even calling PBL. You know, and you have teachers. I think you've always had teachers who have kind of, you know, figured these things out and have kind of shirked away from the traditional classroom setting. So, anyhow, I hope everyone has a fantastic middle of your week. It's been great to touch base with you guys, and I look forward to doing it again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys check out some of the cool things that I'm uploading, and stay dry if you're in Chicago. The wind is fierce. I think it'd be a great day for me to take the girls outside, if we can get outside, and do pop-up fly ball accountability. All right? My team has got to catch lucky number 13 fly balls in a row. We keep doing it. All right? At the end of practice, they can't leave until we do it. I'll hit some moon shots. Should be exciting. Hopefully, we'll get out of practice before 8 p.m. tonight. So, girls, if you're watching, all right, you guys better come ready to rock and roll, ready to play. Okay? All right. Other than that, we'll see you guys later. Thank you again. Bye. Thank you for your office too, John Rossi.